everyone, welcome to Review Time with iSlip. I'm iSlip, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Fanstoys FT-03 Quakewave. Actually, I think this is the first unofficial Masterpiece Shockwave we've ever gotten. And yeah, I picked them up at Big Bad Toy Store. I think normally they went for $154. Actually, it might have been more than that originally. But they had them on sale. It was like $109. So I picked them up. And yeah, comes in this little box, which is about the size of the figure. The figure will come with the legs collapsed. Here you go. If you want to read the bio, you can go ahead and read that. In the box, you get Quakewave and his instructions, which are okay. I actually figured out how to transform him without the instructions, but I looked at them just in case I missed anything. Get his little card, which, you know, it's actually plastic. It's like, or it's laminated very well, and it feels like plastic. It feels like a credit card. And then, of course, you get Quakewave, and you get the extra forearm pieces, so that if you don't want your Quakewave to have the tubing coming over his shoulder like this, you can rotate this around, so now it comes underneath. You're gonna have to forgive my Quakewave. I pulled this out. This was probably glued in, and I pulled it out when packing it up earlier, which I probably shouldn't have done. And now it plugs in, but it doesn't stay in like it's well, actually it's staying in there, but it's easy to come out. In any case, yes, I got this figure. I figured, why not? I mean, you know, Masterpiece Soundwave came out, and I kind of like the way it looked as far as the color is concerned, but and the lower legs, but just couldn't abide by the gap and the fact that he was so small compared to the other MPs. This is a character who, in the comic book, went toe-to-toe with Megatron and actually thrashed him pretty good, and took control of the Decepticons from him. But yeah, so he's pretty cool, and he's got die-cast in him, die-cast feet, and I think this part here, these are die-cast, and there may be more. These pieces here are die-cast. Pretty heavy, and there's electronics in it, which I have not used because I don't have the batteries for it. If you swap the arm out like I did, swap the pieces out, you lose the functionality of the gun lighting up. Although I did save the bits and I didn't rip any of them, so I can probably put that back in here. Put the pieces, you know, swap this back out for the light up pieces should I choose to. I'm not really going to. The head also lights up. Again, needs a battery. There's a switch, and then the eye would light up. Let's bring this in a little closer so you can get a proper look at his head sculpt. It's pretty nice. It looks pretty good. Looks great. Reminds me of the show, and because of these pieces, reminds me of the old toy, even though he's not as narrow. But I was one time where the toy was almost show accurate, and yeah. So you got all this stuff on the back. He's got a backpack. You can take the backpack off if you decide to. This part forms his barrel. Just take that off, and then you can just close this up. Unfortunately, he's gonna have this butt flap thing here, but his backpack is now gone. So if that bothers you, there you go. It doesn't bother me, but I'm just gonna leave it off. Let's go over articulation. We might as well. We're already here. Head rotates 360. It's kind of on a ball, like it's a ball peg. Like it sticks out as a ball, and it's attached to, you know, it moves around, gives you up and down and side to side. No quizzical head tilt, but you know, he was all about pure logic, so there's no reason for that. Waist actually does a 360. That's pretty nice. I think with the backpack on, it hinders it a little bit. Arms rotate at the upper bicep 360. There's also a tilt at the shoulder 360, and you know, got that nice ratchety double elbow. Let's see, and for transformation purposes, to slide out. If you look inside, you'll see there's a piece of toilet paper in there. Not toilet paper, paper towel, because once I switched out the stuff, this was loose, and anytime I would move it like this, it would automatically slide down. So let's see, on this hand, arm, same articulation. The hand rotates. Let's bring it in closer so you can see it. It's translucent plastic. I'm not really a big fan of that, but hey, thumb is on a ball joint, so it's got a lot of movement. It's thick translucent plastic. Doesn't feel like it's gonna break, so there's that. His fingers, he's got 2 separately articulate fingers and then 2 that are mushed together. The fingertips all move separately. So there's that, even though these 2 fingers are fused together. Probably the peg that they used to go across, the whole thing is fused together, but it does bend at the middle knuckles independently, and then you've got these 2 that bend at the knuckles here and the mid knuckles there. So yeah, so you get a lot of emotion or playability or whatever from the hands, even though this character is not known for his emotions. You can move these skirt flaps and get that wide out of legs, that wide out, that far back, and this far forward. And what is that, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, I forget, but you get an L shape, so that's good. And the feet, the toes can move up and down. The back, not so much. The heel doesn't, it pivots more in than anywhere else, and you do get an ankle tilt, so you can get dynamic stances if you would like to. Again, considering that this is not a dynamic character, he is all about logic and less about emotion, there's no reason to do that. So yeah, let's go ahead, before I forget, let's do a size comparison next to a current deluxe size figure. You can see he is about twice the size. Let me go grab a current figure standard for the MP. Here we have MP Optimus, and you can see he's about shoulder to shoulder, they're about the same height, but because his head is flat, it's about almost half the size of half the height of Optimus, so makes him look a little shorter, even though he's not. And then we have the X9's Mitron, or their Megatron, and you can see Megatron is definitely taller, and this looks pretty good to me. As far as the cartoon is concerned, this looks great to me. I love it. Which is actually, he's the reason why I got him, because, excuse me, I have Starscream, I have Soundwave. I felt like he should have all his lieutenants. So, and who is his most trusted lieutenant he entrusted a whole planet to? That'd be Shockwave, or Quakewave in this case. So there you go, size comparisons. Hopefully I can do the transformation on video, because yeah, I haven't actually done a Transformers related video review in a while, so I'm a little out of practice. I'm in my kitchen. The lighting's not the best. I wanted to do this outside, but it's March, and it's snowed more and been colder than most of the winter for 2016/17. So anyway, first thing we're gonna do for transformation is let's go ahead and make a fist with the hand. Get it into a fist so we can fold it away. Flip out this panel and rotate this completely over. Close it. Let's see, what are we going to do next? We're not going to worry about this. We'll plug this in back when we need to. Let's go ahead and lift the arms up a bit just to get them out of the way so we can get these pulled out. These kind of lock the front of the chest into the back. We want to swing this down and then bring this head in. And I can't remember if I'm supposed to do it this way. I think it's that way, and then close it, or am I supposed to rotate his head around? Let's see. Rotate your head around. And no, not rotate the head around. So it's definitely this way. Okay, close that up. So you have a headless Shockwave, excuse me. Collapse his body down. And we will, I believe, turn his arms around like so. And they plug in. There are 3 tabs, 1, 2, 3, that plug into 3 slots right there. So we want to get these in together and slot them in, which is a little harder to do for 2 reasons. For one, I don't normally transform him. I've transformed him maybe twice. I mean, the gun mode is fine, but I got him for Shockwave mode. And once you've got these pegged together, let's move this down a little bit. Slide that down so it's in the middle, and we'll leave that like that for now. Okay, what else do we want to do? We want to put this back in here because it belongs in here. Actually, let's rotate. Let's open this up and rotate his little piece around. It's supposed to be this way. That'll make things a little easier. Okay, so you want to have it looking like he's sort of flying with his, maybe diving into a pool, like that. Okay, and then what do we want to do? We want to take his feet. We'll fold his feet up next. Get that out of the way. That's already folded in, so we'll fold that in like that. And we want to unpeg these from the side of his leg, unpeg the side of his leg like so, and we'll get these pieces out for now. Rotate these up for now. Let's see. I'm supposed to rotate the legs a certain way. I'm trying to remember how to do that. Okay, rotate these all the way up so they're like this, and then rotate the legs all the way around. Rotate the legs all the way around. And collapse them in. I'm trying to see if there's a button on here. I keep forgetting which one of my robots has buttons, which ones doesn't, to collapse them in. Okay. Ouch. Okay, that's up. In. That's up and in. This comes together. these come together. These two pieces come down. There we go. This comes back here. This goes here. Again, it's going to keep popping out, but I might just have to dab a little crazy glue in there. I shouldn't have pulled that out, but yeah, so you basically want to, and then you want to take these pieces, and these pieces will, see these two little slots, and you've got two rectangular tabs. You just want to tap them in. That'll lock everything in place. And you are mostly done. Mostly done. And then we just want to take this piece here, which was on his back, and we want to split it here, flatten it out, flip this piece up. There's a little tab at the top of this piece here. You want to fold all this over, and you can see there are grooves for this to go into, and these little pieces here will actually go in there. So it's a little bit of a tricky thing to do properly, he says, and almost gets it right the first time. He gets it right the first time. Okay, well, there we go. And then you just actually don't do that just yet because I'm a boob. Okay, take this and trying to think. Okay, there's the little slot here. Actually a slot on the bottom too. But I believe the little notch goes on top, so we want to take this and bring this over. Hold on, I gotta pull it out of the shot. I'm sorry, guys. And there you have your Shockwave in gun mode, and he looks like Shockwave in gun mode. He doesn't really have a trigger. There's nothing there, but that's okay. He still retains his gun. Like if you didn't take the electronics out, he would still, this part would still light up. I took the electronics out, so, but he looks nice, and he's fairly big. Let's stand him up. Here again is MP10 Optimus, and now you can see that he gains a lot of length. Here we go with Megatron, who I'm not putting in gun mode because it doesn't serve any purpose. There's really no point in comparing a handgun to a space gun because you have no real, but you can see still pretty big. And of course we have our deluxe class figure, which is even smaller now. Whoops. So yeah, there we have Fanstoys Quakewave. It's a great figure. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's actually pretty good. It looks good. It looks the part. Here, hold him up. Come on, hold him up. You don't want to hold him up. Okay, fine. He looks the part. He feels really good. Again, this is my fault. You're not supposed to pull this out, I'm pretty sure. And I pulled it out to put it away. So it's, normally it's in there really good. I messed it up. Just that little too. But otherwise, yeah, this thing feels good. It feels solid. It feels great. Honestly, it really does. It fits in the hand. Okay, the handle's a little small compared to, I'm used to holding the Megatrons, which handles are a little big, but it's fairly small. But I mean, with the you know, the exception of this little piece possibly digging into my hand, if this wasn't real space gun, I can't believe I'm saying that, this would actually be pretty cool. And it's got the sight, so you can really can't see anything because it's you know, but it's there. If you want to move it up, you can move it up. You can fold it out of the way if you really want to. It's just a really nice Shockwave. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I do. I really do. I'm glad I got it. I want to get the Quake Blast. I also want to get they have a translucent plastic version of this that I want to get. Why? I have no idea, but I do. If it drops down enough in price, I might get it just to have it. And if Masterpiece, the official Masterpiece, drops down enough in price, yeah, I'll get it. But right now, this is good. The plastic color is the purple. I'm not sure if this is catching the purple the way it actually is. That's a nice purple. It's not too bright, not too vivid. It's a sort of a darker, almost muted kind of purple, but it fits the character very well. It really does. In any case, that's the end of my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I got this from Big Bad Toy Store. They're also selling this at TF Source as well. If you want a Shockwave, you could do worse than to get this. It's actually a pretty good Shockwave. Pretty damn good. I'm Islip. Thanks for watching. Ciao.